Catholic social teaching is a body of doctrine developed by the Catholic Church on matters of poverty, wealth, economics, social organization, and the role of the state. Its foundations are widely considered to have been laid by Pope Leo XIII's 1891 encyclical letter, Rerum Novarum. According to Pope Benedict XVI, its purpose is simply to help purify reason and to contribute here and now to the acknowledgement and attainment of what is just Church. Church has to play her part through rational argument, and she has to reawaken the spiritual energy without which justice cannot prevail and prosper. According to Pope John Paul II, its foundation rests on the threefold cornerstones of human dignity, solidarity, and subsidiarity. These concerns echo elements of Jewish law in the prophetic books of the Old Testament and recalls the teachings of Jesus Christ recorded in the New Testament. The Bible is seen as a primary source of Christian social teaching, as well as the Ten Commandments, which have played a central role in Catholic teaching. The prophetic books of the Old Testament emphasize concern for the poor, widows, and strangers in the community, and the need to avoid usury. The New Testament expand on these themes. Books like St. Augustine's City of God were early attempts to relate Christian teaching to the secular state. The establishment of universities after 1000 AD fostered a more systematic discussion of these issues. Thomas Aquinas in his Summa Theologica attempted to unite theology, moral theology, and ethics. Aquinas followed Aristotle in teaching that justice was one of the three cardinal virtues, and that this needed to be emphasized in social teaching and in society. Following the Council of Trent in the 16th century, a greater concentration on individual penance and sinfulness developed within the Church, which downplayed issues of social ethics. The 18th century Enlightenment led to some early attempts to dialogue with political liberalism. However, liberal secularism led to increasing mutual hostility. Following the depredations of the French Revolution, the Church strongly condemned secular liberalism, siding with conservative forces. However, as the 19th century proceeded, the Industrial Revolution and the plight of increasingly dispossessed industrial workers became a growing concern of Catholics. In 1891, Pope Leo XIII issued his seminal encyclical Rerum Novarum, subtitled On Capital and Labor. In this document, Leo set out the Catholic Church's response to the social instability and labor conflict that had arisen in the wake of industrialization and had led to the rise of socialism. The Pope taught that the role of the state is to promote social justice through the protection of rights, while the Church must speak out on social issues in order to teach correct social principles and ensure class harmony. 40 years after, Pope Pius XI issued Quadragesimo Anno, subtitled On Reconstruction of the Social Order, released on 1931. This encyclical expanded on Rerum Novarum, noting the positive effect of the earlier document but pointing out that the world had changed significantly since Pope Leo's time. Pius XI reiterated Leo's defense of private property rights and collective bargaining. In 1961, Pope John XXIII released Mater et Magistra, subtitled Christianity and Social Progress. This encyclical expanded the Church's social doctrine to cover the relations between rich and poor nations, examining the obligation of rich countries to assist poor countries when respecting their particular cultures. It includes an examination of the threat of global economic imbalances toward peace. In 1963, Pope John expanded further on this in Pacem in Terris, or Peace on Earth. The first encyclical addressed to both Catholics and non-Catholics. In it, the Pope linked the establishment of world peace to the laying of a foundation consisting of proper rights and responsibilities between individuals, social groups, and states from the local to the international level, he exhorted Catholics to understand and apply the social teachings. The primary document from the Second Vatican Council concerning social teachings is Gaudium et Spes, the pastoral constitution on the Church and the modern world, which is considered one of the chief accomplishments of the Council. Unlike earlier documents, this is an expression of all the bishops and covers a wide range of issues of the relationship of social concerns in Christian action. At its core, the document asserts the fundamental dignity of each human being and declares the Church's solidarity with both those who suffer and those who would comfort the suffering. Other conciliar documents such as Dignitatis Humanae, drafted largely by American Jesuit John Courtney Murray, have important applications to the social teachings of the Church on freedom today. Like his predecessor, Pope John VI gave attention to the disparities in wealth and development between the industrialized West and Third World in his 1967 encyclical Populorum Progressio, or the development of peoples. It asserts that free international trade alone is not adequate to correct these disparities and supports the role of international organizations in addressing this need. Pope John Paul II continued his predecessor's work of developing the body of Catholic social doctrine. Of particular importance was his 1981 encyclical, Laborem Exercens. In Caritas in Veritate, the Catholic Church declared that charity is at the heart of the Church's social doctrine. Every responsibility and every commitment spelled out by that doctrine is derived from charity, which, according to the teaching of Jesus, is the synthesis of the entire law. Pope John Paul II wrote and spoke extensively on the topic of the inviolability of human life and dignity in his watershed encyclical, Evangelium Vitae. In a partial reaction, Pope Pius XI wrote the encyclical Casti Connubii, reaffirming the Catholic Church's belief in various traditional Christian teachings on marriage and sexuality, including the prohibition of artificial birth control even without marriage. Pope John Paul II wrote Solicitudo Rei Socialis, was written in regard to social concern for the 20th anniversary of Populorum Progressio. Centesimus Annus, or 100 Year, was an encyclical written by Pope John Paul II in 1991. On the 100th anniversary of Rerum Novarum, it is part of the larger body of writings known as Catholic Social Teaching that trace their origin to Rerum Novarum, which was issued by Pope Leo XIII in 1891 and ultimately the New Testament. Deus Caritas S is the first encyclical written by Pope Benedict XVI on the subject of Christian love as expressed by its subtitle De Christiano Amore. The encyclical reflects on the concept of eros, which is possessive, often sexual in love, agape, unconditional or self-sacrificing love, logos, the word, and their relationship with the teachings of Jesus. The encyclical begins with a discussion of how charity and truth are fundamental parts of our development, both as individuals and for humanity as a whole. Love, charity, is described as an extraordinary force motivating people to strive for a common good. The more we strive to secure a common good corresponding to the real needs of our neighbors, the more effectively we love them. We emphasizes that while charity is at the heart of the Church's social doctrine, it must be linked to truth if it is to remain a force for good. Without truth, love can become an empty shell to be filled with emotional influences, which in the worst case can result in love turning into its opposite. Similarly, social action without truth can end up serving private interest and the logic of power. Another risk for the individual without truth is to fall prey to an excessively skeptical and empirical view of life. The principal theme of encyclicals is in the calling for people to strive for greater development, with all their hearts and minds. It says that the Christian is called on to engage politically for the benefit of other people insofar as we are able, and equally to love and help our neighbors on an individual level.